So I've got a problem with the brakes on my old 6750 high-tech Valtra. The pedal going soft. Usually when this happens, it's the seals in the slave cylinders, which are down here, on either side. They are a bit of a pig to get out. Very fiddly. It's slightly damp. Can't really see it on camera, but I don't think it's slightly damp around the outsides. So I'm assuming that is a brake fluid. So first thing to do is to get the handbrake cable off. Here, this one, there. So basically I have the engine running. And take those two nuts right off because they're under tension at the moment. Take them right off, get them out of the way, otherwise they'll be a pain. So finally got that out. That was a lot harder than expected. It was just catching on the last bit, on the second nut, even though the first one came off. So to get each one of them out, oh well, you can see it all in this light. You can just about see it down there. Little cylinder down there. There's two nuts, which aren't too bad to do, but there is obviously the brake line going into it, and they can be a pig. So I'll try and get the brake line out first, and then put the two bolts out that hold the actual cylinder onto the top of the back end. Drop my spanner already. Typical. As I said, absolute pig to get this pipe out. The bolts aren't too bad. That's why you have to undo the handbrake cable to try and give yourself a bit more space in there. Sorry, I can't show you very well on camera because it's literally hardly enough room to get your hands in, let alone see what you're doing. Got my little stubby spanner. Let's see if we can not drop that one. Get in there a bit better. I think it's coming off. So, yep, it is coming. How tight it's going to be, I don't know. That is. Knocks the pipe out. Perfect. definitely out because I've got brake oil on my hands. Right, let's undo this one. One bolt. And this side. Now this is the easiest of the two to do. I don't know if I'll be able to show you the one. It's even more buried than this one. There's extra pipes and bit running past it. Not too far off getting this one out. That's the second bolt. Right. Theoretically, it should now be free to come out. If I can get that out. There we go. One brake cylinder is definitely damp. One brake cylinder. Definitely damp around here. So let's get it apart and get it resealed. Once they're out, they're really easy to sort out. Basically, what you need to do is take this rubber off. See, it's all wet behind that. It's all leaking behind. It's definitely had it, and then literally just, he says, it should pull out. There we go. That's the old one out. We'll get this cleaned up. Plenty of birds singing today. Sunshine is out. Seems a bit more like spring than winter today. Pretty good. Use a bit of cleaning solvent. Get a good old rinse out. Properly clean. That's okay. Then grab the new one, which is here. Inside this one we have new rubber seal and new piston with the seal already on it. Shut this one in. Someone's got to go back in there carefully. There's a bit of dirt on there, let's sort that out. Don't know that. Right. Carefully spin this one. No, that needs a bit more cleaning. I'm not happy with that. I do have some emery tape here, so I'm just going to give it a bit more of a clean in there. Because it looks like there's a little bit of build up on the outside. A bit more of a clean. Job's a good one. Right, let's get this one put in. Push and twist, and then you won't ruin the seal, hopefully. There we go. Pushed and twist. in. I've just got to put the rubber seal back on. Make sure it's properly seated in that groove all the way around. So it won't come off. And then the middle piston has got a groove on it as well, which this sits into. There we go. Really as simple as that. Now the only other thing I will recommend doing while it's out is, obviously we've got to bleed it. So I'm going to get this, well, I would recommend at least loosening, but I can see some dirt in there, so I'm going to take it right out. That's the size I don't have. Take it right out, just blow it clean, shove it back in again loosely, ready for bleeding. So it's all back together again, apart from the handbrake cable, which I have left off until after I've bled it, which, speaking of, is the only job left. So I've got one side, this side, the bleed screw is tight. This side I've loosened it off, connected this little see-through pipe into a pot here, which I can see. So I can see where the bubbles are. I have topped up the reservoir, which on this tractor is just in front of the cab here, just there on the bonnet. So we will hop in. I've got my, hopefully, trusty piece of wood to jam in the pedal, because it's easier with two of you and there's only me here. So unclip the pedal so you can pump one at a time, and then we're going to pump this side. Hopefully, if I'm careful, if I sit you down here and pump the pedal, you'll be able to you might be able to see the bubbles just about coming through. So basically, keep on pumping until there's no bubbles left. A few more pumps, and then I'm gonna, guess there's no one else here, get this bit of wood and hopefully jam it here somewhere, which I'm not sure. Jam this bit of wood in here somewhere, or is this too big? I'm gonna have to find another bit. Nope. Might just about do. Needs to be properly jammed in. Nope, that's too long. Let's find another bit. Right, so I've now found something like the right length, which I should have done to start with. And I'm going to jam it on the pedal, jam it in between there, so the pedal is held down, and we're going to pop back around and do the bleed screw up, which is down there. I'm going to put you down or I'll never do it up. Right, that's all done up. Managed to spill my pot of brake fluid as well, quite impressively. Now if we take this bit back out, we should have the brake pedal. Right, let's do the other side. In between doing the pedals, don't forget to top up your reservoir, because if you run out and air gets in, you've got to start all over again. So that's all the way to the top again. There we go. Managed to avoid spilling any more fluid. Only thing left to do is toss our reservoir up to the max. Like so. and go and check the brake pedal. Hopefully, put that one down there. It's off. Pump, pump hard. Now we have hard brakes sorted. There. Brake pedal's on. The only thing left to do is put the parking brake back on, the cable, handbrake cable. So to do that, you've got to start it, put it into neutral, take it out of park to release it. Put it back on again. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, maybe consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.